I would say climate and food waste. I think that's a very big issue.
There's definitely poverty and hunger, especially in children.
Is not everyone having access to affordable and efficient healthcare?
I believe that exploitation of child labor is indeed the world's major issue.
One is pollution. For example, the greenhouse effects, climate change, or any pollution.
The biggest problem around the world is racism.
The lack of gender equality is one of the world's major issues.
I would really like it if people had more tools to be really good at solving problems, right? And so that's what math and science are so great at. They're a great way to figure out what's true and what's false. And from that, we can solve all sorts of problems, not just problems that we have in our lab, but problems that we have in nature, with the world, but even problems we have in our daily lives.
I think sex trafficking is a problem that needs to be stopped.
Governmental corruption and misinformation in the media.
Inequality being gender inequality, socio-economical, racial inequality.
The IWay platform consists of a system functioning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year.
Open it, you select the goal in which to have an influence in, and you send it, just as if you were sending an email.
The platform consists of three main sections: the news section, the solutions, and the donations. In the first, you'll find updated daily news and articles on world events and research breakthroughs, which will help you understand and potentialize your idea.
To present your project, you'll have 18 boxes to choose from, the 17 SDGs, and another option. After that, you choose the intended field and click on it. From there, you have the option to introduce yourself, your name, country, the inspirations and context of your idea, anything you feel might be good to complement what you are proposing. You are then required to upload any text, documents, or presentations on your project.
When sending your idea, you'll also have the Make It Public option. If you accept it, you will be allowing the platform to make your proposition available to the public, meaning people will be able to see your idea and vote on it, and will also be allowed to invest in it if they want, either investing money or even reaching out to businesses to put it into action.
Users can also check other UN initiatives and projects in their own countries and contribute, donate, or volunteer to help. People can also inform themselves of this through the platform's social media, where news, initiatives, and successful ideas sent to the platform will be published.
Speaking of the practicalities involved, in order to avoid system overloads, each proposal to the solutions page will be automatically saved as a draft, so the person doesn't lose anything important already written. Also, to minimize the overusage assumed in an international platform, each country would have its own platform, translated to the native language and English in case of foreigners living in that location. However, people would still be able to check, invest, and donate on ideas from all over the world.
For nations with poorer internet access and connection, the platform will be coded as a way to only work offline, through the addition of a service worker to the programming code. This way, people are allowed to play their part even if they live in less developed countries.
After sending an idea, a team would review the propositions and assess their potential. If they saw it as viable, your idea would be sent to the corresponding UN committee, where members would discuss and approve it.
After deciding upon it, funding would come from the UN itself and donations made on the platform by the public all around the planet.
And the world couldn't be what it is if it wasn't for our youth, for which the younger ones, since one assumes they wouldn't be typing to international platforms, will also have their own branch.
Twice a year, an IWE team would go to the local schools, leaving 18 boxes for an entire school day, where young leaders would have the opportunity to write their idea and deposit it in one of the boxes. The team would again collect the boxes and work with the material.
That's what we do expect.
To allow them to dream, to know they can make a change.
And that it will come starting with them.
The IWE will allow the entire world community to keep attentive and keep creative.
For in a world full of people,
If you can find the good,
Be the good.
How will your group contribute to actually implementing all the proposed solutions in practice by 2030?
Okay, so first to clarify things, it depends on the idea, because even though every idea will be read and considered, there may be ideas that are not worth pursuing or that have already been pursued and explored to its fullest. Also, the platform won't be taking care of the actual implementation. It will be a facilitator between the people that have the idea and the people that can actually implement it. Therefore, the platform will be in touch with the UN and all the schools we participate with and other institutions in order to really implement it, and also count on the support of the public.
Yes, so basically we will be more filtering the ideas, and then the implementation part will be more up to the UN or the public who may decide to invest in it apart from the UN independently.
What SDGs are you trying to target? Please elaborate on your funding plan and how you will get support from the UN, how you will spread the word about your website, and how it will be successful in 10 years.
Okay, so regarding the SDGs that we are targeting, one thing to keep in mind is that the world problems that need to be solved don't sum up to only those 17 SDGs. So in the IWE platform, we include all the SDGs plus further, because it's not only the SDGs that we are targeting. So we act more as facilitators. We basically filter the ideas, and therefore our target is to potentialize the probability of reaching solutions for the SDGs and further, while also simultaneously encouraging collaboration and critical thinking and curiosity, which is something that nowadays, as we have easy and quick access to things and lots of information, is something that is dying. Regarding the funding plan, we'll get obviously the support from the public and the UN, and we believe that it will be in the UN's best interest to consider any suggestion or idea, because this is all about finding solutions and not about the competition. We can look at Hume's view, the philosopher, on the principle of veracity, so the pleasure of being the first reporter of a discovery, in this case of an idea, and the pleasure in propagating it. This is not about that. It's not about being the creator of the big idea or the winning idea. It's more about finding an idea wherever it comes from. Then we'll spread the word through social media for those who don't have social media, so the younger ones. We have the initiative for the schools, and also we will be associated to the UN. There we can also spread the word. And also this is an international platform, meaning this is an initiative that ideally is heard in and from all parts of the globe, which will have a propagating effect in itself. And also not only is it accessible to all, but it also works offline. So more people are more likely to know about it and use it. And the fact that it's accessible to all means it will also be successful in the sense that it will keep and encourage critical thinking, reflection, and curiosity, which, as we said, is something that is dying. And that it will be successful in that way, that area, which is our aim, forcing people to keep thinking and developing skills for the problems in the world, which again can and do go beyond the SDGs. Also, a very important thing to keep in mind is that, yes, we want to incentivize that no one is too young to make a change, but also not too old. And that it's not because one is over the age of 30 that should mean it isn't apt to start developing something in this area or this dimension. Because if that was true, that would mean that we would only be allowed to at least attempt to make a change during less than half of our lifetime.
Yeah, and in the same way as we plan to send the boxes to schools, we could also do the same to nursing homes so that the older people of our society could also share their ideas, because many don't have the access, the skills to work with our online platform.
Exactly, and that way we could not only help the younger ones, but also the older ones, since they have more experience and have lived through more situations and know more about people that have also lived their own experience, which they have other perspectives and perceptions of how something could be solved or how something was solved or what led or triggered the problem in the past. So that's a good option that we could perhaps extend from the schools initiative.
What distinguishes your platform from the already existing UN websites, which already include news updates, links to other organizations, ways to get involved, and the option to donate?
Okay, so our platform is different in many ways. The probably most important one is the solution part, where you can give ideas from your own solution to help the world. So we have a direct interaction with the public. Our platform also works offline. So if you live in a city where you do not have easy access to internet, you are also welcome to join us. Also, we target, as the UN websites, we target all the 17 SDGs, but we have the other options. So if you have an idea that is not directly related to one of them, you can also put there. If there was a project like ours, we would probably know about it, since it would be something new, it would be something easy to have access, and it would be something worth worldwide popular. However, there's not. So our project is the first one. And finally, we target every public from every possible situation. Since the people who have easy access to internet to the people who live in countries or cities who do not have access to technology at all. So in these countries, we would make 18 boxes per school available to everyone to have the opportunity to participate by writing their idea.
Yes, and so as it was said, the aim is for every single citizen, and therefore the offline option and the schools initiative is for every single citizen to know about it. So as it was said, if this already existed, as we are proposing, then we would know about it and everyone would know about it, because that's the goal. It's really based on the notion that people who experience those situations and problems are the ones who probably know better how to solve them, but most times they can't due to social status or economic status or political status. So that's the issue we want to overcome. The idea is to increment it in our daily existence and activities for the giving of ideas and solutions to become something natural and common in a way.
Exactly. And other websites may have the option of ways to get involved and the option to donate, but they are giving solutions whilst we are creating solutions. And we are getting everyone to put their heads together and think so that the maximum number of solutions are thought of and we can solve these problems as fast as possible.
And just like the UN has their own links to other organizations, our platform has its own links. We will have links to organizations and influencers who support our causes.
How will this platform support the fulfillment of UN SDGs? How do you plan to get the UN to support this project?
So the main feature in the platform would be the solutions section, which will allow the users to share their ideas. This means that the platform will motivate innovation and will allow different perspectives to share their ideas and to solve the goals. Also, it is important to highlight the platform will be accessible to all, once again the feature of it being offline, and the cooperation between different people with different backgrounds, experiences, and beliefs will provide a variety of possible solutions directed to help achieve the 17 sustainable goals and even other problems worldwide. The UN would be one of the main bodies to help implement the viable and potential solutions, and the way we expect to gain the UN support is to reach out to them and present them our idea. And although we are aware it will require several practicalities such as cost, we believe that since this will be in the UN's best interest, that they would be fully on board.
Yeah, that's basically what distinguishes us from the UN website. It's the interaction with each other and the connection made between people, in order to get everyone with the idea involved and get everyone to play a part.
Also, since it's offline, it means that there will be more people who have access to the platform, which will increase the amount of people with poor connection or the ones that don't have internet connection to share their problems and solutions.
How does your platform differentiate from the UN SDG website in terms of purpose? And what will you do to ensure the ideas posted on your website actually are implemented?
So the first thing is our platform not only includes 70 SDGs, but further, as world problems don't reduce to 70 only, and it is facing everyone. Everyone can take part in easily. Moreover, our platform acts as a facilitator. It collects all the ideas from people. UNs can choose the good ideas that they are interested in and consider further to accept the ideas for their SDGs and carry out the implementations.
And also, the fact that it is offline also helps, as it is something very different, because people don't usually consider that part. There are countries where it's not that easy and it could be an obstacle to that. So it's a unique feature or a very special feature that will facilitate the use of the platform in the future.